Hello, I'm Rhonda Luchavansky in Procurement Services, and this is a video on contract management, paying an independent contractor a one-time payment. The paper contract document forms required to process a requisition are detailed in Video 1, and all guides and forms are located on our Procurement Services website at www.ysu.edu/procure under the Contract Management tab. Once you receive the paper forms back from the contractor signed and from the department representative, you will scan them into your computer and you will log on to eCube. This is the Home Shop page. You will click on the Independent Contractor One-Time Payment form. You will enter the supplier's name. Please verify that this address is correct. If not, you will have to stop here and notify Procurement Services to set up the correct address. Remember, this is the address that the vendor will receive the check within 30 days of the completion of the performance. You will enter the supplier invoice number, which will be the date of services that the event will be performed. So say it's July 31st, so we would enter 07312013. The invoice date would be the same, 7/31/2013. The description line is the line that appears on the requisition, so please make it specific. To perform a song and dance. Place of performance is Kilcawley Center. Indicate whether they're a U.S. citizen or a non-U.S. citizen. This is a required field, as well as is the independent contractor a YSU retiree. Over here you would add the attachments for the SECA packet and the OPERS form. You would click on Add Attachment and then Browse. You will choose the completed forms. You should have at least 2 forms to attach to every independent contractor form, the SECA packet and the OPERS form. So you choose those and click Save. Now down here you would enter the total amount to be paid for services and travel. We are no longer collecting travel receipts or doing a travel reimbursement. We are doing a travel allowance. So please keep that in mind when you negotiate with your independent contractors. So the amount to be paid for services and travel is going to be $160. The commodity code will automatically populate on this form. Once you've entered all the required information, you would go to the top where it says Add and Go to Cart and click the Go button. This will flip it into a cart just like every other requisition. You would proceed to checkout and you'll see the face of the requisition that you're used to seeing. Here you would be able to edit or adjust any shipping information, any accounting codes, put any additional notes. Down here you see the little form beside. If you open that up, then you're back to the original form that you entered. When the approvers approve this requisition, this is exactly what they're going to see, and they'll be able to click on that to see what's attached. They'll also be able to see the attachments up here, the contract and the OPERS document. If you look at the PR Approvals tab, you will see the route that this requisition is going to take. It's going to check the banner budget to make sure you're an authorized user of that budget and that there's funds available. It will go through a financial manager approval like every other requisition. And this is new. It will actually route to human resources in an electronic approval, so you will be able to see what stage this requisition's in at any given time. Once everything is entered on the face of the requisition, you would come up here and hit Place Order, and that will start the requisition in process. Now this requisition is going to go through those approval queues like I showed you. So now I'll show you what the financial manager will have to do to actually approve this requisition. Once a financial manager logs onto their screen, they might have received an email that they had something to approve. There will be an Approval tab over here on the left-hand side. If they click on that, they'll have requisitions to approve and also invoices to approve. But right now, since you just placed the order, this is still in the requisition stage. So they would click on the requisition, and they see here a requisition for the independent contractor, Julie Miller, waiting in a financial manager queue. They will click on it, open up the form, and they will see all the information, date of service, and all of the attachments for this independent contractor. So they agree with everything that's on this requisition. So just like any other requisition, they would come up here, approve complete, and hit go. Now they have other options. If you assign it to myself and hit go, you have different choices. You can return it to a shared folder, return to a requisitioner, reject the requisition. So there's other choices once you assign to yourself. But say they agree and they approve complete and go. And that's all it is. And now it's in the form approval, which is the Human Resources approval. So once Human Resources approves it, this goes through the process to actually create a purchase order. Now on this one it'll be hard to see, so I'm going to go back to another one. But once the purchase order is approved, it will actually flip into an invoice and end up back in the financial manager's approval queue under an invoice. It's the same process to approve an invoice as it is a requisition, but now it has turned into an invoice. The difference going to be with these independent contractors is now the date of service is August 2nd. This invoice is in a financial manager approval queue. The financial manager should not approve this invoice until after the date of service has occurred, so August 3rd. So this should sit in the financial manager's invoice approval queue until after the service has occurred. This has taken the place now of signing that Section D verification of services. So here's what the invoice will look like that the financial manager will approve. Once the financial manager approves, it will go to an accounts payable review. Now, accounts payable are the only ones who can make any modifications to an invoice. So for some reason, the financial manager has changed their mind and they don't want to pay the $152. The performance was cut short, or there might have been travel in there that really didn't happen and they want to reduce the payment. The financial manager can click on this comment section, add a comment, and add a comment to accounts payable. Please reduce payment to $100. Now the financial manager will still approve this invoice again on August 3rd, and this will proceed to accounts payable with the comment attached to it. Accounts payable will review the comment and be able to change this amount to $100 before they approve it. Once they approve it, it will go to Banner and will pay again within the 30 days of the performance of service. Once the contractor is paid and a check generated in Banner, Banner will automatically return the Banner check number. Now the only place you'll be able to find this is in Document Search or on the face of the invoice. So you have to make sure you're actually on the invoice, not the requisition or the purchase order, in order to see this payment information populated. And that concludes this video on independent contractors one-time payments.